Man, man, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. All right, y'all. So we gonna just get straight into this, man. All right. I am not by any chance a person that likes to sport bet, right? I never do it. Matter of fact, this is my first attempts at sports betting, and I probably picked the worst. Let me start. Let me start over this. Let me start over this thing. Now, before I start this, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all to please save me, okay? I need y'all help because I don't really sport bet. I never sport bet, right? And because of what I'm about to tell y'all, I'm gonna need y'all to go to this referral code, right? I'm gonna let it focus. I don't know where it's at on it. Please, if you have not used sports betting, you plan on sports betting, please use my referral code. We will both get some money, and we will both benefit from this opportunity. Now that's over with. All right, I'm gonna explain to y'all my issue now. All right, let's get straight to last night's game. Golden State Warriors versus Memphis Grizzlies, right? Now, I have confidence in Golden State's Warrior. Now, I'm not a basketball fanatic. I don't watch every game. I don't study every player. I don't know the ins and outs entirely. All right. But they had a record-breaking loss last night in my first attempts to sports bet. It was probably the worst Golden State's game I've ever visually seen with my own two eyes. Right? Golden State gets destroyed by the Memphis Grizzlies by 40 points. You get what I'm saying? The last time they got beat that bad was in 2014. To the point where, matter of fact, let me pull up this interview. It was the loss was so bad, and it's so far back in history where they've done this type of behavior that Steph Curry himself couldn't even remember the time in which this even occurred. Now listen, now for me, I'm going to show you guys my picks. I'm going to show you guys exactly how this works. All right. Use the Prize Picks app. It's a great app. It was an unfortunate circumstance last night dealing with Golden State, right? So let me go look at my entries really quickly, right? So I did two different entries last night. I did one for the first half and one for the second half. All right. Now, based off the stats of the last, 4 games against the Grizzlies, Golden State's been looking strong. They never really took a chip in their armor like this. They damn near cracked the whole armor. They're not even wearing that bit no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, Steph Curry, first half scored 14 points. Right? I'm like, okay, they're having a rough start. Trying to use my psychology. They're a way better team by the numbers, right? So I'm assuming they're going to get their morale up. Second half, they're going to go and hit it hard. Now I'm going to show you my second pick. Right, it's a $5 bet. I'm just trying to recover what I lost. As you can see, Stephen Curry scored 0 points the entire second half. Like, I don't even know when he does this. I don't know how many times he's done this. But this is for sure not like him, considering the fact that he scored 32 points the last game, 30 points the last game, and 27 points the game before that. They were missing Stephen Curry. The sad part about the whole thing is these guys were also missing John Moran. Grizzlies didn't have John Morant, and they beat Golden State by 40 points. They have all their all-stars showed up. You know what I'm saying? Or did they? Because I don't even think Steph Curry was in the game. Losing by a 40-point deficit means, and especially seeing Curry not score the second half, means that it's literally, to me, I don't know. I love the man, but to me, it's his fault. Let's look at this. Let's look at this interview. I'm sorry about my son. He brushing his teeth. I had to wake up early and give y'all this because I couldn't not talk. Look at his face. Look at his face. That's the eyes of it. Look at this. He looked like a complete sore loser. His face so ugly they put his face right next to this guy. Oh, that's offensive. Let me keep going. I don't even know why he was there. I don't know why he was there. But let's listen to this, right?
Steph Curry and the Warriors dropped Game 5 in Memphis. Another closeout opportunity in 6 as the series shifts.
They could have just killed. They could have closed it out right there.
Part about that performance.
Me.
Everything.
He couldn't even say it. Me.
They obviously came out with a sense of urgency and our game plan in terms of how we know we could beat this team and things we focus on. We did everything wrong. Turnovers, offensive rebounds, fouls. And on the road, when you give a team that's playing with desperation life like that, you don't think you lose by 40, but it's...
Like, yeah, no one thought y'all lose by 40. But when you give up, of course you lose by 40. Steph Curry also played the least amount of time he's played against the Grizzlies during that game. How you score the lowest you scored almost ever, right? And then you also played the least. Like, why didn't you get back in the game and try to fight? Like, maybe it's the coach's decision. I have no idea who decided to make these decisions to take him out of the game, because they probably decided that he wasn't an asset. They lost John Moran on the other team, but they lost Steph Curry on the Golden Warriors side. So I don't know.
You could lose control of the game really quickly. That last 3 minutes of the first quarter, and they went on a 9-0 run, got their crowd into it. They got life, and they ran away with it from there. So
see, when I hear that statement, they got life and they ran away with it. To me, yes, you should expect people's ego to go up when they're scoring baskets like that, especially when their star player isn't there, and you have players that have had 0 points in some games, like Dylan had the first 2 games where he had the second and third game where he had 0 points. He didn't score anything the whole game, turning up on you guys with 12 points, 20 points. Like, this doesn't make sense, you know what I'm saying? And when you see a team get their ego up, it's time for you to shut their egos down. You're not supposed to fold up like a newspaper and crumble, man.
Understand this series is kind of interesting.
Honestly,
game plan that you have to approach a game.
I love you, Curry, bro, but it's not an interesting series. The series is supposed to be y'all whooping their ass. You know what I'm saying? Whipping that trick. Y'all supposed to whoop their ass almost every game. And then you decide to do this. It wasn't an interesting series at all. It was it looked like you guys took full control of the series until this moment. Like, for you guys to be almost sweeping them, right? And then turn around and lose by 40 points to a team that lost their star. Like, everybody who bet last night hurt. And, we love you, Steph Curry. You've been consistent. But why, when I decide to pick up a sports bet, app, you do this to me? You could have told your shit to bet every other time I've watched your games. But the minute I decide to put money on your name, you disrespect me. You do me like this. Like I said, y'all saw the code in the beginning of the video. Please, I need some reimbursements for last night's loss.
And when he's out, they're obviously a very complete team that had an amazing record in the regular season. And you have to respect that and understand that it's a different approach. And we felt that tonight, and now we got to do something about it on Friday.
What do you think is leading to all the turnovers? Mike talks about just playing frantic and needing to slow down.
It's understanding that they're very athletic and they're a very athletic team. They have a lot of length. We just got to be more mindful.
Jay Kuminga scored more than Steph Curry last night. Just saying.
Risk, because we can still get great shots. We showed that in the first quarter for 10 minutes, and then all hell broke loose in terms of losing the possession game, turnovers and offensive rebounds included in that. So slowing down, being more mindful, understanding we can get great shots if we're a little bit more conscious of that, and keep saying it. And when we do it right,
I feel like in a way,
This is the biggest word.
I feel like in a way he's not even talking about his team. He's actually talking about himself, because I don't feel like anybody else was rushing the shots. Klay Thompson had a pretty decent game. Draymond Green, he had a pretty decent game. I feel like it was him rushing his shots because he felt the pressure of how big the gap was getting, and as a star player, he took that pressure upon himself. But he actually folded the anxiety, the pressure messed with him. And then he began to rush his shot. And you could see it during the game. Like, you could actually see the shots he were taking weren't completely set. They were, so maybe he wasn't in the game as long as what he usually is because of the coaching, seeing that he was not mentally there anymore. Man, I'm also thinking about the fact that Morant wasn't in the game. So it's like they probably tunnel vision the guy. The game was set around, shutting him down. And now they didn't realize the other assets they had on the other team. But I feel like he's mostly speaking about himself. I feel like his team didn't do too bad, and I don't want to put all the pressure on Stephen Curry, but it's a clear example of what happens when he doesn't show up, right? But it saddens me to see the Grizzlies be able to let their star players sit there and clown on the sidelines while they have a full set roster and they're pretty much shitting the bed. You know what I mean?
Playoff loss since 2014. How do you guys bounce back with 2 days?
2014. He didn't even remember that's how old it was.
40.
He was actually shocked. Like, you could tell he forgot about that.
No, I really don't. What game was it? No, I'm interested.
Bye, baby. Love you guys. I got to send my son to school without giving him full attention because I just lost some money.
Might have been game 2. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, man. So I don't know. I feel like if Steph Curry would have did his usual job, his 27 points, 25 points, 24 points, just those additional, 15, 14 points would have, contributed in the standpoint of mind over matter, right? So you have players starting to get points back. You see Curry starting to drop threes. That takes away from the morale of the Grizzlies, even if he just starts to make simple or small plays consistently. It's just the fact that after dropping 14 points in the first half, he just completely got shut out in the second half. And what that does to your team is destruction. Imagine you being on the same team as Stephen Curry. You go to the finals, championship, consistently having an awesome record, and then you get there to a game in the finals, and Stephen Curry doesn't score the whole second half. Even if I'm not him, I'm feeling a lot of pressure on myself. Clay's probably feeling a lot of pressure. Green is probably feeling a lot of pressure. The other players feeling a lot of pressure, and that's what happened. You need your star player to perform if he's healthy. When he's healthy and he does stuff like that, as a leader, it throws the entire team off.
See, yeah, it's the playoffs. You gotta be prepared for anything.
Yeah, you do.
Memory, still in control of the
You see, and I feel like he's beating himself up because even the things he's saying right now, you can tell it's stuff that he's holding himself accountable for.
It's not just because you're going home. It's because we have to understand the adjustments we have to make in terms of our physicality, protecting the ball, value and possessions, and we'll be in good shape.
How do you, I guess, individually feel like you've played this series?
This series?
Oh, they asked the direct question.
Good enough to have 3 wins. Hopefully on the brink of closing out game 6.
Perfect answer. He knows he did bad this game.
Qualitative numbers, just how can you win? And we got to do that on Friday, obviously. Whatever the game requires.
That was a good answer, politically right, correct answer.
The only thing you probably could, want to be a little bit more efficient in terms of shooting the ball, but
I don't even want them to show his highlights because he ain't had much of them.
Steph, obviously,
that kind of outcome either.
sorry, that's Steph, my bad. Fourth quarter, obviously, crowd's getting excited, playing whoop that trick. Your comments earlier were about that was your mindset coming into this game. What was your kind of reaction as all that was going on? Draymond's waving his towel as well.
It's the best. That's what this whole back and forth is about in terms of home court advantage and hostile crowds, and you embrace all of that. Like it's fun. Even when you're getting smacked, you got to find some fun in it. So obviously didn't pan out the way we wanted to. Still in control of the series.
Kept his cool, kept his composure with the questions asked. He's good when it comes to speaking, man, but he needs to put that same calm mentality into his mind when he's playing and getting smacked by 40. Love you, Curry. Love you to death. I don't want you to see this and start hating me, but this is my first time betting on you, man. I really expected a different outcome.
Attributes to this team, but this team is a bit different. Did you learn something about this team in this game, or will you learn based on how this team responds?
How the team responds, because apparently we got beat like this before, and you look at I think somebody said
Hey, y'all really ain't get beat like y'all really ain't get beat like that before. That was 2014. That don't even count no more. We in 2022. That does not count, my man.
39 in the playoffs at some point and figured out how to make the next.
Nah, I feel like they'll be good in the next game. Honestly, I don't know what happened. They got a voodoo curse. They had the politics. Something happened, but they'll be fine.
For basically 46 minutes of the game, you're just getting demolished. But I feel like we, have the right mindset, the right approach, all the tools we need to
Literally.
Show who we really are in Game 6.
Yeah, he understand. Okay, you know what? That's cool. And that, he knows the team he has. He knows the assets he has. He knows the weapons he has. So, ultimately, he's confident going into the next game. I believe that the rest of the team should be confident going into the next game. Flukes happen. Unfortunately, it was at the expense of my pocket. But flukes happen, man. And I honestly do not believe the Grizzlies are a better team than the Warriors. Even with the efforts displayed last night, I just feel like the Warriors did themselves a disjustice when it comes to their spirit, their energy, and their aggressive nature. They didn't really attack or go hard like they would normally do. And when I expected them, when I made my second bet, to get in the locker room, get that coach up moment, let Damon Green yell at y'all with his big ass mouth, and come back out there and attack the team to make it. Even if you lost, like a close game, should have been what happened. But it's just people have their off nights, and I feel like as a leader, Steph Curry did affect the whole entire team with his performance. Because if he was a normal Steph Curry that even scored 25 points within the game, or at least 20 points in that game, it would have been a different outcome. The morale would have shifted. Some of the points that they probably made, they wouldn't have made because they would have felt the pressure of the comeback. But a lot of it is all mental. Like I said, I don't hate Steph Curry. Love the guy to death. He's been consistently one of the greatest players of all time. So this video is just because I'm in shock. I'm actually in shock at my poor timing to decide to bet on one of the best players of all time. It saddens me, you know what I mean? But that's pretty much it for the video. If you guys like these videos, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'm going live on Twitch with these videos randomly. I'm going to make it a consistent thing for you guys. So if you ever need anything, slide to my Twitch and see when I go live. Leave comments in the comment section down below. And let me know what videos you want me to do. Or if you have any interest or questions that you want to ask me, go ahead and ask them there. But I'm going to pretty much close this video out. And I'll see you guys in the next one.